Thanks for downloading this episode of the 5 Pence Change podcast. Hey, listen, do you want to buy us a brew? You do, don't you? You like it. You want to help us out. You want to support the cause. And how can they do that, Michelle?
Visit the website, buymeacoffee.com/5 pence change.
You can buy us a coffee and might buy a coffee with it or use it for good things, for good times.
For Toby Carvery. So if you're enjoying the podcast and you want to see more of it and you want to support us, buymeacoffee.com/5 pence change.
The link is in the description. Thank you so much. Now let's crack on with the episode. What a twist.
Who are ya?
Who are ya? Hey. I think I'm going to pass out. All my toes in his mouth.
I can't get the eyelashes right. I've just had them done.
No. Hi, and welcome to episode 64 of the 5 Pence Change podcast. I'm still here. I'm still Michelle. I'm just keeping this podcast alive. As you can see, John has now transformed from an old 70-odd-year-old woman to a young, beautiful female who is one of my bestest friends.
She's scraping the barrel at this point, but here we are, we've turned up. Yeah.
This is Leigh Royal. She's royal, yeah. So royal. So yeah, I thought Leigh would be a good addition to one of our episodes because she is comical. She's got a lot of different interests as well to me and John, and I just feel like you'll bring a different vibe, girl.
Do you know when you said episode 64?
Yeah.
Straight in my head was the Beatles. When I'm 64.
Do you know
that song?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know the Beatles, right? So Leigh's the biggest Beatles fan ever. Like, ever. Like, one day, you just went to the Cavern. Even though it's like, we go to the town all the time. She went to the Cavern once.
Just didn't leave.
And just didn't leave. And now there's like this whole Beatles obsession.
Came from nowhere, didn't it?
Literally nowhere.
So my family had come over from America, and obviously you have to do the cliche, take them around the sites, and we're gone. And I just never left. That was 2022, and I'm still going at this point.
Who's your favourite person though that you've seen? Like, have you seen up and coming artists there, or?
Yeah, I like all the residents, you know.
All the residents, you probably know them all by name as well.
Do, yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah, no, they're all dead good. I have my favourites. I have me like particular nights that I'll go.
Mm.
To go and see my little favourites. Yeah, I love
Little
it. I just love it.
What's your favourite Beatles song now?
Oh.
I've put you on the spot
In my
there.
life.
What one's that?
I'm not going to sing it.
Sorry.
There are places I remember.
Oh.
What's yours?
Can I have Blackbird?
You can have Blackbird.
Blackbird's my favourite.
Why is it your favourite?
Well, it's reignited because Beyonce might have covered it. And obviously I'm obsessed with Beyonce, and I just feel like it's got a different meaning now. Like, you know that we're older and you can feel like the reasoning behind it. Like, I just think it just speaks differently to me at the age that I'm at now.
Can I ask your opinion, your truthful opinion?
Go
on Beyonce winning this country thing.
Yeah.
What does she win?
A Grammy.
Best country album or something.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Do you know what? I think
unbiased.
I think it's only fair that she gets a 10, because who says that you can't change genres of like music that you're creating as a creative individual? Who says you can't make that album because you're not country? You're not Dolly Parton, so you can't sing Jolene.
I just don't think I'm on board with a win in that, though.
But she hasn't won anything else. So wasn't there like a little country awards? She didn't win at that, did she? She was nominated, but she won fuck all.
Because everyone's just scared of her now.
Everyone's just scared of her. Jay-Z's probably paid out millions to secure
Beyonce has
the
to
votes.
win everything, otherwise.
But I do think, I don't think it's wholly country. It's got a country vibe, and there are some country songs, but it is a little masterpiece that she's created.
Do you listen to it often?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, there's some bangers on there,
No,
and
it'll
it'll go from like Jolene to fucking Buckin', fucking, whoa. Like, do you know what I mean? I can twerk to it. I can cry to it. And I can do a little slow dance to it.
Okay. All right.
Have you listened to it?
No.
Oh, do you know what we're
No.
listening to on the way home? We're listening to Cowboy Carter. Yeehaw! I'm not a huge country fan. I know there's like Chris Stapleton and people like that.
Adore him. We don't
And do you know
come
what
at
he
Chris.
has? I'm not coming at him. I wouldn't let him come at me either. You can keep that country calm. We don't want none of that.
You know, learning Spanish.
Ah, see?
And the word to come is venir in Spanish. And it's also that in French as well.
Speak louder.
Venir.
So, to come.
Yeah.
Is
In
that the Spanish word?
That's a Spanish, yeah. To come is venir in Spanish.
So you're
And
getting
it's also-
to come teeth. How do you say teeth in
Only
Spanish?
in Turkey. Dientes.
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 To come dientes.
Come
on me teeth. No. It's never happened. Can you imagine? Oh, fucking hell, didn't even get in my mouth. Me fucking teeth. You're taking it a step too far.
You said it.
To come dientes. To come on my teeth. No. Yeah? Yeah.
It's the motto of 2025.
Oh my God. So we'll stay on the music theme.
Told you
rather-
she was scraping the barrel. Listen, I'm here though.
We're not scraping the barrel, we're just getting started. So this week's been a heavy week for music. Whether you like Beyonce or not. Let's just have a minute for the music. This week is fucking mental. My calendar is full of ticket purchasing for concerts.
Yeah, you're busy with that, aren't you?
Like there's days, there's routines, there's fucking different websites, there's different. I'm handing out my card details to the people I'm going to these concerts with, left, right, and centre, just so we can secure tickets. Like it's not okay. So, have you watched the Super Bowl halftime performance from last night?
I got loyalty, got royalty,
'Cause
inside
I'm
my
a
DNA. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
fucking
and
hell.
I loved it.
Bitch,
I loved
sit
it.
down.
I tried to stay up and I got about halfway into it and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to have to give up. I gave up. It was the first thing when I woke up this morning. I was like, straight away.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing, wasn't it?
There was so many. I think there was like over 1 million views on the video I found on YouTube, like the official NFL one. I'd love to see what it's on now. I've watched it twice so far today. Me and Leigh are big fans of Kendrick Lamar. Leigh bought me tickets to see Kendrick Lamar. Was that 2 years ago? Maybe 3?
Maybe 3, I reckon.
Might have been my birthday present. Might have been a Christmas present. And honestly, aside from Beyonce, it's my favourite concert I've ever been to.
He was so good because he did something different because he didn't do anything. Do you know what I mean?
But it was like
He was-
so understated, but so, can we say magnificent? Is that like an old pair? Have I just turned
Oh,
40?
That's a really good way.
It was magnificent. Like, honestly, I've never seen anything like it. And I know we've been to see like, well, I've seen Jay-Z, we've seen Snoop Dogg. There's loads of other rappers, but I genuinely believe that Kendrick Lamar is the GOAT.
He was just so chill, wasn't he? And like I say, he was different because he didn't put on a massive performance. He was just like,
Chill.
Yeah, he was just chill. He just came out and did his thing and there was nothing like dead extravagant about it. He just performed. Do you know what I
It was
mean?
unreal.
There was nothing really involved with it. He was just came out and he was just
And was it Helen Mirren who was,
yes.
what's that called? Like not the commentator. What am I trying to think? The narrator. So it was like Helen Mirren was like the narrator throughout the stage changes and the like pause of performances.
Different.
Honestly, it was unreal. And I think last night's performance, like, yeah, there was quite a lot of political vibes. I think Trump got some things aimed at his direction. Not Samuel L. Jackson
What
being
the
on the
hell?
pitch. Honestly, like all of it. And then my favourite thing was him smiling down the camera, Hey, Drake.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yes.
God. For a minute, he looked a little bit like Mo Gilligan. It was that cheeky little mischievous smile. I was like, oh, like I was so excited, sat on the step having my little morning coffee and everything. And I was like, no, I've literally replayed that bit too many times, and I've seen it, like it's been on my socials all day. Just him, just turning at that camera and doing the smile.
So good.
Having Serena Williams there doing a crip walk,
I
because
know,
Aaron Drake
though.
dated, didn't he?
Yes.
So she's on board with the paedophile malark. Well, the remarks being made against Drake. Do we think he is a paedophile? I haven't really looked into the beef history between them. But does he like him young?
I don't
How
wanna
young's
believe
young?
Drake is involved.
So is it part of, is he saying that he's part of like the Diddy scandal, or?
I reckon he is. I don't like that. There's a lot of them involved that I don't want to believe are involved.
Where do we draw the line? Have you stopped listening to P. Diddy music yet?
I haven't stopped listening to R. Kelly yet. Sorry, but listen, he's got some belters, and like, it is. But when I'm in my car driving down the M62, no one knows what I'm listening to, and if I want to be fucking
singing, I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind.
yeah, do you know what I mean?
Or
Bit of ignition.
yeah, hot new fresh out the kitchen.
I don't hate his music, and
He's got some absolute bangers. Girl, you got that vibe.
you got that
Vibe.
You got that
Vibe. Girl, you got that. It's an absolute tune. I think he does it better than me. I would like to be in the cell next to him in prison, because he definitely
imagine.
sings out loud, doesn't he?
Yeah,
He definitely does a little cell performance every day.
I reckon he does. Surely.
I hope he does. Can you imagine getting a free R. Kelly fucking concert every single day? Or would you then be like, nah, this is too much, mate. Stop singing. Stop touching the kids. Stop pissing on people. Just stop.
You can't fly. You're stuck. You're locked in. You cannot fly. Shut up.
That is also...
You've been saying this for years. You're still not
tune.
flying.
No one's flying. Fucking hell. So yeah, hopefully Drake isn't part of that. I mean, we've seen Drake as well in concert, and that was actually
That was
really good.
amazing.
Would I go and see him if he announced the tour? If he announced the tour right now, would you say, hey, are we going?
Yeah.
Would you? Are we
Yeah.
going to see Drake? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And would you be going 4 days on the run like last time?
I only went twice, thank you. But it was so good that I had to go a second time, because he has got some really good music.
That was so spontaneous from you, that, you know.
I like to be spontaneous, though.
Big fan.
Big fan.
Big fan.
Big fan.
Am I talking too... John, am I talking too quiet? Cut this.
You are a little bit quiet. I'll just move that there.
Okay.
So yeah, Kendrick Lamar, 10 out of 10 for me in terms of his Super Bowl performance. And I'd said to Leigh, I was like, obviously he'd announced his North American tour weeks ago. And I was like, let's just wait until the Super Bowl, and then he's going to announce a tour. What I didn't expect is that it'd be fucking no more than 10 hours after I'd watched his Super Bowl performance, and then he goes, hey, do you know what? Today's Monday. Tickets are ready from Wednesday.
Guess what?
What a turnaround.
I'm coming to the UK. I'm veneering to the UK.
I'm moving into the UK. And he's taken Scissors on the tour as well. She's got a beautiful voice, so that just makes me really excited. So we need to manifest these tickets. He has upset me that he's not chosen Manchester or anywhere relatively local. Could
On my head in that.
have chosen Liverpool, but now we've got to... at this point, I might as well just move to Tottenham.
You're going to be there enough, aren't
That's
you?
what I'm going to have to bid for Beyonce, because that's all that's on offer. And to be honest, I'm not... I know you're a big football fan, but get on this. When it comes to being a stadium nonce,
A stadium nonce?
I might be one, but only... I'm an advocate. I'm a huge advocate for Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yeah.
It is fucking something like a
Magnificent.
phenomenon.
It's
It's
magnificent.
fucking magnificent. And magnificent. Honestly, it's such a nice stadium. Like, it's dead clean. It was dead organised. I didn't have to queue at the bar. The toilet queues were like minimal. I've never experienced anything like it, and I'm actually really excited to potentially go back.
Are you there for Usher?
No, Usher's at the O2.
Oh, is he?
He decides to do, I think he's got 10 dates at the O2 rather than doing just 4 in a stadium. But when I say Usher, that's April, and I don't know if I want to be outside in a stadium in April because
Yeah,
April
fair
showers. So maybe he's done the right thing choosing that.
Maybe.
Whereas for Beyonce, I think she's June, Kendrick's July. Oh my God, this time next week we're going to have to... This time this week? This week we're going to have tickets. I can feel it. I can feel it this time this week. We're going to have them. We're going to manifest them. So
Yeah, you'd be
can
sound.
everyone just pray for us because we need to go.
Definitely.
Really need to go.
Very big fan of Kendrick.
Massive. Huge.
Magnificent.
Magnificent Lamar. So yeah, Beyonce, I can't believe you've not listened to her album, you know.
I like her. Obviously, she's just one of them that just sort of coasts in my life. She doesn't stand out to me.
Does she not?
No, I know she's amazing. I know she's
Would
talented.
you go and see her in concert?
I wouldn't go out my way to. I wouldn't go out my way to. Like, if someone phoned me and was like, do you fancy going to see Beyonce? I probably wouldn't know any of her music now.
You would.
I don't reckon up Blackbird. And that's only because of Paul McCartney. I honestly don't reckon.
You know that country one that fucking was overplayed on the radio?
And that.
Ain't no Texas.
Yeah. That's it. That's me.
What about all the Lemonade album?
I'm drinking lemonade on the concourse because I don't know any of the songs.
Honestly, I love her. So let's manifest this and we'll listen to Cowboy Carter on the journey home.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Promise.
I have no choice.
Promise.
I have zero choice.
I've got zero choice. So what has your week been looking like this week? How's your week? Has it been positive? Something pissed you off or?
I've had a really bad day today, actually.
Go on.
I went out for a baby shower yesterday.
Yeah.
It's a baby shower, so it's all really sensible. And then at 4 o'clock, I went home, dropped my car off, went back through and drank for the first time in a long time, and I don't feel fantastic today.
I don't feel fantastic.
No, I feel actually right here,
They
right
call
now.
me Mr. Bombastic, semi-fantastic, got a little hangover boy.
I am. I feel vulnerable. I feel like I'm massively exposing myself sitting here. However, then so I've literally had the worst day. I've just not felt very well, let's say. And then, but I was off work, so that was good.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow's my
Day
long
off or
shift.
called in sick?
No, it's a day off.
Day off, okay.
Scheduled day off.
Okay.
Please don't be watching this. No, I'm joking. And then my friend just phoned me and I've got a Derby ticket. So I got let down for that on Sunday, yesterday. My friend phoned me and was like, oh, your ticket, you can't go. I was like, so I was fuming, obviously, this morning. Then I woke up seeing Kendrick, so things were starting to get better. I wasn't feeling better, but things were...
Yeah.
Yeah, you know
Things
what I mean?
were looking
I had
on
a
the up.
highlight to the day. And then my friend Sam phoned me and was like, do you want a Derby ticket? I was like,
Oh, amazing.
yeah. So
If
that's
you
good.
didn't know, Leigh Royal is the biggest supporter of the Blues. Up the fucking toffees! I've never known a girl so in love with football.
Yeah.
Where did your passion start with that? How did this happen? Because for as long as we've been friends for more than 10 years. For as long as I've known you, you've always been footy obsessed. When
love
did
it.
this happen?
I just love it. I must have been about 10. And my best friend at the time, his dad worked for Everton. He was kit manager.
Mm.
And then he just used to take us to the matches. At some point, so this is really bizarre, actually. I was only talking about this the other week because I remember I must have been about 12 years old.
Mm.
And we were allowed to get the bus from Runcorn to town to swap buses to go to Goodison to watch the match, to do it all like again on the reverse. And I must have been 11, 12, and I'm talking like, I remember going to night games. I remember getting to Lime Street. Remember Dairy Milk Tasters.
A Dairy Milk Taster.
Do you remember them?
No.
Like a little packet. Oh my God, they were the dream.
What
Does
was
anyone
it?
remember them? They were like,
What? I'm going to have to Google
Yeah,
this. Do I need
please.
to, what's it called?
Dairy milk tasters.
Dairy
They
milk
were unbelievable.
tasters.
So that was our routine. We used to go there, go to town, go to Wade Smith, climb on the climbing wall. That's,
Wade Smith.
that's how long ago it was. I was climbing on the climbing wall at Wade
yeah.
Smith, eating them out of Lime Street. There was 60p in the vending machine.
Wow.
And then we got on the 19, go to Walton, and then go to match. But I'm talking night game matches. So I must have been coming out of there at like 10, half 10. Getting on the bus home with school the next day or whatever. Because I swear to God, Wade Smith was there. That's how long ago it was.
Yeah, that's been gone probably more than 20 years ago, Leigh. Do you reckon?
It all stemmed from my best mate's dad anyway. So that was me long story cut short.
Aw.
Yeah. And then
What's your thoughts on? So I'm not a huge football fan. I don't really know what's going on, but I did see in the news the other day that David Moyes is back.
oh, I love
Like,
him.
wasn't he sent away in like a disgrace? Wasn't he a shit manager? Like, what's happened here?
No, he was good for us. Oh my God, it's politics. Okay, so a lot of people disagree with this, but I loved him. I remember I remember sobbing at his last home game. I
Stop
sobbed
it.
and sobbed and sobbed. And he went to Man United, which was obviously a step up for him. Let's be honest, it was. And then he went to Man United and then tried to poach the likes of Fellaini and Baines and all our players for less. But he's just, people are still holding a grudge, hence the divide in the fan base with him coming back. So people are still pissed off that he tried to undercut us and he went to Man United and tried to take our players. But he's just a businessman. If you're still holding a grudge after this long, we've not lost the game since we've not lost a Premier League game since he's been
What
in
are the
charge.
other games? What other games are there apart from the Premier League?
We got knocked out of the FA Cup.
I don't understand all these cups, you know, and then there's the fucking Carabao Cup. Are you in there? Is that a thing? Carabao Cup.
It's a thing.
Is that it? Do you know what I mean? Because it's not like, this is what baffles me, because it's always different teams and different things. Like, oh yeah, this is happening, but oh no, they aren't in that. They're not good. They didn't qualify. And I'm like, qualify for what? Why aren't we all just playing in the same fucking games? Why is it just select people?
Liverpool got knocked out yesterday by Plymouth as well.
I did see that they got beat, but it was a penalty. Saw that.
I'm
in the
happy
news.
over that. Happy over that.
What was that? The Carabao?
That was the FA Cup.
And what are you using? The Premier League. Not in the
Just,
FA Cup.
just about.
What number are you? And the 1 to 20?
Oh, I don't know. I don't even know.
Oh,
Don't put me on the spot.
like 17.
No,
Oh, it's not that bad then.
60.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, we're on the brink of relegation.
Yeah, we're all right. No, we're all right. We're all right now. David Moyes is back.
I used to serve Fellaini when I worked in the cocktail bar in town. And he never tipped me once.
Didn't he?
No,
was he nice? Was he polite or not?
No, just...
Oh,
Yeah, I went to this. I know he's not French, he's Italian, isn't he? Hey, we want the... He didn't even have that much enthusiasm. He didn't have the enthusiasm of an Italian man. You know when you'd expect Italian, hey, we want a limoncello. None of that. Just like, yeah, whiskey. Dead miserable, never tipped me. Every week he sat in my section and not once did he tip me, but he spent
Really?
a fair amount on drinks and he wouldn't order bottles. He'd ordered his drinks individually, like for a group of like 15 people. Individual drinks for all the fucking bastards. We run around like a bell end for nothing.
And he was a regular as well.
Every Friday he used to nip in.
That's bizarre.
Well, if he was in town, like if he was local, he'd come in with his little peeps. Didn't tip them.
Rude.
Colleen Rooney was one of my faves, you know.
Oh, I bet she was. I love it.
She was sat in like the little VIP bit, but there was like other people. But then obviously it was like close proximity, so she's trying to obviously have a conversation with a mate. And you'd see that people had just stopped speaking and they'd be listening. But she'd say like, do you just want to not get in? Like, I'm trying to have a conversation. I was like, good
Good for
Get
it.
you another drink. She was always dead sound.
I love her. Did you watch her in I'm a Celeb?
I loved her on I'm a Celeb.
She's
I
just
think
fab.
she came across amazingly. And from the beginning, I said I wanted her to win.
Yeah.
I think it's hard because she probably comes across to the nation as, oh, she's just Wayne Rooney's wife. She contributes nothing. Like, what does she even do? But actually, like, business-wise, like, do you remember she had a clothing range at George?
Do you remember her perfume? I loved
Perfect,
that
yeah.
perfume.
Honestly, I don't know. She's probably done a ton of other things. But
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Any woman that can whittle down their Instagram stories to see who's been sharing the fake stories.
Genius.
She deserves a fucking medal because
Genius.
that was genius.
Yeah,
She's actually incredible. I don't care what anyone says. Come at me. Colleen Rooney is a fucking don in
she
her own
is.
right. She's not some footballer's wife. She's fucking... Don't fuck with a girl she's from Croxtiff. Don't fuck with the Crocky crew. Is the motto.
True that. It is true. I feel like she needed that platform on I'm a Celeb to like
Yeah.
show that though.
That softer side.
She's not just
of
like
her.
Wayne's wife. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Regardless of what he's done in the past and that she's taken him back, that's their decision. And you know what? There's thousands of people in relationships that go through that every day. I mean, they might not have been grannies they were sleeping with, but people take their husbands back day to day. And you know what? If that works for her, if she can do that, then go ahead, girl.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm all for her.
Go ahead.
Big fan.
Yeah.
I've got her corner.
Yeah.
I've got her corner.
Oh, God, we should have
Rebecca
got her on the
Vardy's
couch.
grass.
Rebecca Vardy. Where is she now? Because I haven't heard or seen anything about her since that trial ended.
I've no idea. No, she started like commenting on mad stuff when Colleen was in the jungle.
Did she?
Yeah, like making little digs, but they were that shit that they've not been significant enough for you to hear about them. So
Oh, okay. Is she still with Jamie Vardy?
yeah.
Because can you imagine if your wife has brought your family name into the newspapers and you were thick enough to share fake stories
Couldn't be asked.
from your Instagram?
Couldn't be asked.
I'd be livid with her. I'd be like, you've let me down, you horrible scruff. I mean, she's quite pretty. I'm more scruffy than Rebecca Vardy. I'll admit that. But yeah, what a dickhead.
She's very pretty, but she's a dickhead.
Yeah. I reckon the lights are on and no one's home. I reckon she should just get in the bin.
Get in the bin.
And that's what we think about you, Rebecca Vardy. Not that you're ass, not that it's going to change your life or make you cry.
So that to the papers.
Yeah, go ahead. Should probably sell it to the rag anyway, little scruff.
I know. Are you starving?
Did you just hear my belly rumble? Do you know
Why
what?
is it so loud?
I've had a big tea as well. Right. But I am. Do you know what? I think I want a buffet. Do you know what I think I've been thinking about? When you said you were at the baby shower. And then in my head I thought, oh, the buffet. What was the buffet like?
It was amazing, you know.
What did you have?
The best pouring frodgem. So they did chicken goujons, chips.
Spicy or plain?
They were plain.
Yeah.
Jacket potatoes.
Jacket spuds?
Yeah.
What fillings did you get to put in? Was it like a little jacket spud station or?
Yeah, you know, like the hot counter thing. And
Yeah.
yeah, it was nice. Bit of salad.
Ooh.
She had
I could
goat's
probably
cheese
swear
and
that.
caramelised onion crackers.
Oh my God, I love goat cheese, me, you know.
Unreal. All the sandwiches. Yeah, it was nice.
I love a good buffet, you know. Can you remember a time where you've had like the best buffet?
It's probably at a funeral, do you know?
Do you know what? I do. I love a funeral, me, you know. I don't like the funeral, but I love the buffet. I always put my foot in it. You know, like when people are off work and they're like, oh, you're off tomorrow, what are you doing? They're like, oh, I've got a funeral to go to. My automatic response, this actually comes out my mouth and I just go, I hope the wake buffet is a really good one.
Quiche.
Curry! Scouse!
Meat pie.
Chili con carne! Sausage rolls! Crisp!
Oh, them cheese and onion rolls, though.
I love a cheese and onion roll.
They're a winner.
Love a cheese and onion roll. And I can't think of when my favourite funeral buffet is.
Let me tell you a funny story. So, one of my best friends sadly lost his nan last year.
Yeah.
So we'd all obviously gone to the funeral, and so it was a burial.
I've only ever been one burial. They freak me out, you know.
Heartbreaking, aren't they? It was
I'd
dead
rather just
sad.
let the curtains close and know that they're burning behind it.
Yeah, it's done then, isn't it? Yeah, it's the first one I've been to. I didn't know what to expect because I've never been to one before, but of course we're all gathered like round the hole, and then
Round the hole? We're all gathered.
I feel awkward talking about a funeral. We're all gathered like round the hole. They lowered her in and blah blah blah. It was all lovely. It was all like we were all crying. It was all really sad. And then but my friend's like, she was quite extravagant, his nan.
Yeah.
She was all very like sparkle glitter. So everyone had wore something sparkly, like And Nathan, my friend, wanted to continue that extravagance, and obviously, so it gave us little tubs of glitter. So we'd all individually go to the hole.
I don't know what it's called.
I don't know what it's called.
What is that called?
I suppose it's just called the grave, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's. I think you might have hit the nail on the head there, Leigh.
But it was a really windy day, right? So we all individually went over and like opened our little tubs of glitter. It was the cutest little idea. But as we were pouring them in, so the vicar,
the guy who's conducting it.
I feel like he's not a vicar at a Catholic funeral.
Oh, I'm not really. I'm shit with stuff like this. The bishop. No, bishop's too
Whatever
important for
he
that.
is,
The religious figure.
yeah, him.
Jesus's best mate.
Cut that cough out, John. So yeah, we'd all got these pots of glitter. So he's, by the end of it, because obviously it was so windy, we're all going over and you bend down. And of course we were trying to aim it into the grave. The glitter's blowing everywhere. The poor fella is covered in glitter in his white gown at this point, like looking like he's walked out the 70s. And so we're all going over, it's all dead lovely. And then my friend goes over and she bends down and we were like, it's really windy, like be careful that your glitter doesn't go all over the vicar. Okay, yeah. And as she bent down to pour the glitter out, glitter blew everywhere and she was so distracted by the glitter that the umbrella that was hooked onto her bag fell off her bag into the grave and bounced off the coffin. It banged so loud, right? And we were like, oh,
No, is that you?
everybody around went, oh. But she's so sensitive as well. And she was, you could just see by your face, and she just did not know what to do. And we didn't know if are we allowed to laugh? Like, is this that moment? Are we supposed to? And no, like, we were all just in that much shock, and this umbrella's just lying there on the coffin. But then the family were like,
did they laugh?
Seeing the funny side, so the family were all laughing.
Oh my God!
She's devastated. She's sobbing now, just through pure embarrassment. She was so mortified. I felt so sorry for her, but not
with them.
Not in that moment, no. Like, not till after, because I was just so like.
I can't believe you fucking done that.
It was incredible. And as we're walking away, she was like, Nathan, I'm so sorry. And he was like, it's fine. And all the family were going over to her and reassuring her at their funeral. And they were reassuring her. So she's devastated. We're all walking out. Next minute, the gardener's going, excuse me. So we're out the cemetery at this point, and he'd only gone and fished the umbrella out.
Stop it.
He'd come running over across the cemetery, like jumping over all these other graves to get to us, and gives her an umbrella that's covered in mud and glitter. And she was like, oh, thank you.
I think.
And then we were all meeting for the week, and then we all turned up and she didn't turn up, and we were oh, what's going on here? And then she'd gone home and like locked herself in a bedroom because she was so upset.
Oh no!
Honestly, she wouldn't.
Even though everyone had reassured
he thought
her.
it was hilarious. Like, they all thought it was hilarious.
I think it's one of them that you've just got to giggle, and I think funerals are can be so serious that actually just something like that is dead. It's not fun. Dead's not the right word. It's really funny. Like, it just lifts the moment.
Yeah, it does.
And just brings you back to like reality, to just have a little positive moment about it.
I feel like if I had said to you, there's a funny moment at every funeral. If I was to, I'm not going to name any funerals that we've been to, but if I was to name one, you'd probably be able to come up with a standout moment that was funny for that day. Something funny always happens at a funeral, always. But it sounds like I've made it up. I
don't know if I've ever been to I've never been to a funeral where anything like that happens.
Have you not? I feel like everything funny happens at funerals.
I remember going to my cousin's funeral and we were laughing. Me and my sister were crying laughing because there was obviously all like the religious pictures around the church. And I just thought, we'd have fucking hated this. And we were just like, and it was just pictures of Jesus on like his little roots getting like nailed on the cross. And we were like, look at him now, he's been with all them 3 birds there, now he's fucking nailed. Look at him, he's fucking hammered. Blah, 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 just going around creating a story. There were funny stories from his mates that they've told, like, obviously. So that was hysterical, but I don't think I've got a standout story. I think these situations only happen to places that you go to.
Yeah, I reckon that's
I
true,
haven't got a
actually.
standout story. I can tell you about the buffets and how splendid they were, but I haven't got a funny, like, no one's ever dropped anything in a grave. No one's fell in it. The only thing that I've physically seen was that video, I think Lab Bible posted it, where it was an Irish funeral. And as they were putting the soil in, they'd put a speaker and he was like,
Yeah.
hello.
Oh no, I've not seen that
Have you
one.
not seen it? And he's
no.
like, can you hear me? I'm fucking in here. It's dark.
Have you seen that other Irish funeral where he starts singing "My Boy Lollipop"?
No.
You'll have to Google that because it's the funniest.
My Boy Lollipop.
Yeah, you'll have to look it up. It's funny. Just trust me.
Okay. I'll have a little look at that.
You'll have to
And then,
trust me.
I can only think of, like, one of my uncle's funeral. Obviously, it was dead sad, but as the curtains closed, it just, obviously, it was evident that, like, he'd had input in this, or maybe this is just, like, our family sense of humour. And it just started playing, Return to Sender, Address Unknown.
That's
And
amazing.
everyone's shoulders were going. I was crying, laughing. And I just thought, I shouldn't be laughing, but
That's
this
so
is
good.
just him to an absolute
I
T.
love that.
I'm all about a funny funeral song.
Yeah, I
like the sadness, but I like that little hint of just personality.
I love that.
Where just don't take it too seriously. Let's just have a laugh.
Yeah, yeah. When I die, I want Dixie at mine. Just because
Okay,
I know
so
it'll.
Dixie's a dog. So Dixie's time on this planet, sadly, is limited. So how old's she now? 2?
3.
Okay. So you're planning to die in the next 10 years.
I'm not planning on it. I'm just saying if it happens.
Oh, okay. Just because
You
you were
need
like
to-
adamant, like Dixie's going to be at mine, or is this like when she's in her ashes, her ashes are going to get put in with you?
No, it was more of a request. Like, if my time comes before Dixie's does,
Okay.
can you ensure that she's there?
Yeah. I'm in
it'll be-
charge of your phone when you die, aren't
Yeah,
I?
you are. You are.
Yeah, we've already sorted this little agreement that only I'm allowed to. Is it me and
You and
who's the
Sarah.
other- Sarah are
You're
the only people that are allowed to
Yeah.
look at a phone, and I can go through her messages. And
You're the social media poster.
yeah. Every year, just like, hey guys, guess who? I don't know if your mum would shout at me though. If I did post like that, do you think she'd take it in?
Yeah, because that's
Good
the point of
taste,
you
or-
getting it. That's the whole idea of why
Oh.
you're in charge.
Okay, so I can do comical posts
Yeah, you can
in
do what
your
you want with it.
absence.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, I'm gonna
Go
have a
wild.
ball, you know.
Go wild.
I can't wait, you know.
If you die first now, I'll be pissed off.
I will be too, because that means that I miss out on your week buffet. And you know what's dead sad? Like, as best friends, there's always going to be someone that's not at that funeral. Like, when I think of, like, my group of girls, like, I'm not going to make it to everyone's funeral.
Yeah, it's
Or maybe I
bizarre.
do. I might be the last one, but then no one comes to mine because they're all gone.
Yeah.
It's a fucking sad thought,
It
isn't
is
it?
a sad thought. Fucking hell.
No. Wow.
Do you remember when we went to that baptism and you took your snacks to the church? Talk about loving a buffet. You meant to wait till after,
I
but you
know, I
just...
just couldn't help myself. So I always do when I go to, I've been to weddings before. Remember Ian from work?
Yeah.
I went to his wedding and I took like tuck crackers. Sat at the back. I always sit at the back of the church so that no one can really see me. And then this one day, well, I think we've been to 2, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've been to 2 of like Kaylee's together. And yeah, I've taken a banana. I was deep throating that at the back of the church. Jesus would have been proud. Mary would have been. She'd never fucking seen a dick or felt one before. She just magically got pregnant. And there's me deep throating. And then the next time, what did I take? Pan au chocolat?
Yeah.
And Kaylee thought, oh, I had a sausage roll. They clocked me from the front and started walking up. I was like, you got a sausage roll? No, it's pan au chocolat. Fancy me. Don't just bring sozzy rolls into the church.
That's for after. I
I
get
just-
pastry on me in here.
I just love a little snack.
Yeah.
I just think it's needed. And sometimes, like, as you've said, like, sometimes you get to one and it's like a Catholic thing. And it takes 5 years, like, maybe
It's
not 5
true.
years, but it's like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just need to be prepared. I need to know that I've got snacks in my bag. So should I get a rumbly in my tumbly, it's okay. I can settle that down.
I get that. I appreciate that.
And I think of you not eating some of my snacks at the church. Did you not have a
I
pan of
don't
chocolate?
reckon I did. I reckon I just videoed it.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny.
Oh, I am a bellend, but I'm also not sorry
Yeah.
because it wouldn't be me if I didn't do that. And I think when it's my funeral, I'm more than happy for people to have little snacks, like little bowls of
That'll
like Doritos
be your like
going round,
parting
or-
gift. You'll make sure there's a sausage roll
Do you
and
know-
everyone's fucking on the pew.
As they sit on the chairs, like all the. I don't think. Have I got to go to a church? No, I'll just go to a creme. I don't need anything in a church because Jesus doesn't want me. I'm not going to heaven. So we'll just go the creme. When you walk in, on the seats, there's going to be like little buffet plates with like a little sausage roll, some dip, breadsticks, chicken drumstick, tuna pasta, little, maybe not hot foods there, but maybe some little vol au vents. They're a bit boring actually, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of them.
but
Profiteroles,
just-
what about them?
Oh yeah, I'd have a little profiterole. Yeah. Just have a little mix, couple of Watsits. Honestly, just sit there, have a little scran. Like, it's the story of my life. So you might as well watch it with snacks. Like, it's a movie and you'd eat popcorn at the cinema.
You'll have us line dancing to Beyonce and all, won't you?
No, I'll have you twerking.
I
I'll
can't
have you
swear.
twerking.
I can't
But that's
swear.
okay. If you die first, you won't have to. It's not a problem.
Yeah, let's stick with the original plan. I can't be asked twerking at funerals while I die
Okay.
first.
Well, you don't have to, but you can just, like, record everyone else doing it.
Oh, yeah, I'll
But
do
don't
that.
put it on social media because that's another thing that I don't understand. You know when people take like family photos like
At funerals
at
and that.
funerals?
Yeah, it's heavy, isn't it?
I don't understand it. Or like a picture of everyone stood at the grave and I just think, I don't think that's necessary.
It's not for me, that. Yeah.
It's not for me. So we don't need to post it, but you can just keep that in your phone if you need it
Okay.
to have a little laugh at.
Sounds.
Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Whilst we're on the conversation of death, so the other day I'd seen an article, right, get on this. Do you know when you've got a sore neck and you think, oh yeah, I'm going to the chiropractor?
Yeah.
Well, a woman did that. I think she was 29, 30, went to see a chiropractor because she had a sore neck. Guess what? It killed her. I think he ragged her. He ragged her neck the wrong way. I don't know
Where
if
is
that's
it?
the
Is it in
actual
the news?
story. I mean, I can try and find it. But can you imagine going to try and fix your sore neck and you die?
And he snapped it and killed her.
Literally, woman 29 who died after chiropractor cracked her neck in an attempt to treat an injury suffered at the gym.
No, that's not okay.
Can you imagine? So she...
What was he doing?
I don't know. So apparently she injured it at the gym. She was offered a procedure at the hospital for her injury, which she declined and said she'd use the chiropractor instead. She regularly suffered migraines and joint hypermobility issues. Oh, but it does say the chiropractor was unaware. She also had an undiagnosed connective tissue disorder, which made her susceptible to arterial dissections.
Oh, listen,
Fucking hell, these words are big. I'm not about big words today. Something about it can be life threatening. Anyway, so she went. So it probably is her fault because
She's asked for
she's
that.
not disclosed like conditions that she's got, and she's dead. So now that makes me feel a little bit nervous because you know when you watch the videos on like Instagram or TikTok and it looks so satisfying hearing that.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
And they're like, oh, it feels so good. Like, exactly like that.
Yeah. I want
Yeah. Well, she didn't say that. She's like, oh.
Shit.
I don't
Cracking
know if
this.
it doesn't... Cracking. Hey, it's
heavy
funny you
that,
say
you
that
know.
because that sounds like Krakow, which is in Poland, and her name looks Polish.
Read it
Her
out. What's
name is
pronounced?
Joanna Kowalishkik.
Let me see.
It sounded like, do you remember the TVs back in the day?
Oh, what TV did you have back in the day?
Joanna.
Oh, yeah, I reckon you're right. Kowalczyk.
Kowalczyk.
Spell it.
Kowalczyk. I mean, it's basically a
Kowalczyk.
bag of Scrabble letters that have just been fucking flung on the floor, to be quite honest. Kowalczyk. Kowalczyk. How are you
It
saying
ends
that?
in a K. Kowalczyk.
But you pronounce the kick.
Kowalczyk.
Kowalczyk.
I have no
Kish.
idea.
How do you pronounce the CZ? Kish.
Do you have any Polish audience that can clarify?
I don't think so.
Oh,
John's your man for that. John, do we have anyone in Poland that listens? Guys, if any of you are from Poland or speak Polish, if you can just get back to me on that, just to just to settle the little niggle that I've got in my head, because
Don't be going
it
to a
looks-
chiropractor for
it's
that
a-
one.
Yeah, it's honestly spelling that's burnt me head out more than hair dyeing at a chiropractor.
Really insensitive.
Really insensitive.
Yeah.
Is there a pun?
No, that's it.
I'm insensitive,
That's it.
and you're surprised
You're more
because
bothered about the way you say her name spelled over the fact that she's died.
Rip. Rip. Okay. Well, we'll get on to bigger and better things. We'll end on the big and better things. Did you see the size of that woman that got denied a taxi by Lyft in America?
Yes.
Right.
It was bad, that, wasn't it?
Have you seen a picture of her next to Lizzo?
No.
She's like double and a bit of the size of Lizzo.
No.
And Lizzo's a big girl.
I haven't seen it.
So, oh, I think a ghost has just deep throated me. Tim's us right
Come
for
on, you
talking
deep.
about. Come on, Veneers. Yeah, so she looks big in the picture, and his car wasn't that big. Like, I think she was trying to get in like a Renault Clio equivalent, maybe.
It was bigger than that.
Was it? Golf?
Yeah, and it was an Uber driver, so it must have been a
Okay, so we go
like
in.
one of them hybrid Prius. It was a Prius. It must have
Fucking
been a
do
Prius.
love a
It
Prius,
was
don't
definitely a
they?
Prius, wasn't it?
Okay, we'll say it was a Prius. And then I'd seen a picture of her like a couple of weeks later, obviously her being in the news and being like, oh, like, I'm going to sue Lyft, blah, blah, blah. And she was in the back of this massive SUV, like a proper American SUV, like Escalade type thing.
Yeah.
I don't even know how she fitted in the back of that.
She is big. I seen her
She
storming down like the corridor of the courtroom, really smug and like
is
really
has it
happy
gone
with
to court
herself.
already?
Well, no, maybe it wasn't like that. Maybe it was like a
Oh,
preliminary. Hearing.
preliminary hearing.
Yeah, something. But
Lift.
that was in the initial article. Yeah, I forgot about it.
So I don't know what she's doing. I mean, I've not heard anything since, but I don't think she's, how has she got the right to try and sue Lyft to say he declined me a ride? Girl, I've got a 7-seater car. I don't even think you'd fit in the back if I put the back 2 rows of seats down.
She's been to loads of funerals.
And I'm all for body confidence. Like, this isn't even me being fat. This is me genuinely thinking the back of my car is going to go bump.
That's what he said.
You know, when you feel the weight of the back of it, like, can you imagine sitting next to her on a plane?
This
How
begs,
pissed off would you be that
Yeah.
she's bought one seat?
that's what I was going to ask. This begs the question: does she have to buy 2 seats?
She's not
Surely.
fitting in one.
Surely.
She can't have ever travelled on an airplane because she is not fitting in one seat. I mean, you've got John, who was flapping that he was going to have to use a seatbelt extension. John, you fitted in the seat. So there's nothing to flap about there.
Yeah. She's
She'd need
Big.
seatbelt extenders. It'd be extended upon extended upon extender. And
she wouldn't fit in one, like physically.
she wouldn't even fit in first class.
No.
She might have to get like an Emirates bed.
I think she'd be stretched then if she can't fit in the back of a Prius.
Well, she said she could though.
Yeah, and then he changed his mind to you can't fit to I have bad tyres. Did you hear him?
Is that what
Did
he
you
says?
see the
I've
video?
got bad
My
tyres.
tyres are bad.
They need air pumping in them. I haven't got a pump.
That's what he said.
No pumpy in the Prius. No pumpy in the Prius.
God.
So I'm with him for declining that because I don't think his car was made for that, and I can't find the picture of it in the back of an SUV, but even that looked like a tight squeeze, a very tight squeeze.
I'm the opposite. I haven't got the balls to say no. I'd have been helping her
Would you have
shut
let her
the
get
door
in?
and that. Yeah, because I'm too polite. I'm too
Would you have
scared.
been like, oh, don't worry, I'll move my seat
Yeah, it's
right
fine.
to the front?
Yeah. I only have little legs. It's right at the front
You
anyway,
do,
man.
yeah, you do, Jeff. That
But
close.
no, would. I'm too scared of the controversy to say no. She'd have been getting in mine any which way or form. I'd
Any
have
which
helped
way.
her.
Don't worry, I'll put you on the roof. We'll spread the weight
Just move
distribution
that left
evenly.
knee up and I'll be able to shut the door.
Hey, do you know what I think still dead mad? that we've been friends for over a decade and I've still not been in your car.
You actually haven't.
You've
I
still
offered
not
you
driven me anywhere.
at some point like last year or something. You declined. I can't remember where we were.
I don't know if I'm brave enough now. I don't know if I'm brave enough to get in your car.
It's all right, you know.
Yeah.
It's all right.
I might let you take me round the block. Might let you take me to the shop one day.
So she takes the piss all the time because my car, 2009, I got it from brand new and she's lovely. Her name's Jazzy Fizzle.
Jazzy Fizzle.
But you call her a pensioner's car, don't you? So she's like an
It
old
is a
model
little
Fiesta,
bit.
isn't she?
She is cute, but every colour that I see of that is an old person driving it.
It's duck egg blue. It's not an old colour.
The pensioners love the duck egg blue. I do feel like it really compliments your eyes.
Thanks.
So
It's fine.
that's something.
Just
Do you remember when you
fizzle.
dropped, you knocked Rachel's wing mirror off?
Oh, dude, I was mortified, you know. I was happy it was here, but I wasn't happy it was here. Do you know what I mean? At the same time.
I love Rach. Big up Rach, my hairdresser.
Yeah, I pulled into the works car park and I just knocked this wing mirror clean off. It was about 7:30 in the morning. The car park was half empty. I don't know how I'd done it. Clean off, and I thought, oh shit, what do I do? I've never done anything like this before.
Do I ring me insurance?
I wrote a note with my mobile number and I thought, oh God, I'll just have
Didn't
to
know
leave
who
it
it
on there.
belonged to.
No, dead old school, just pen and paper job. Left it under the window wiper and then Rach come over to me. She's like, it was me. I was like, oh my God, thank God.
Have you just left a note on my car?
I was like, I don't know if it's worse because I know yet or not, but like I
Yeah.
did feel a bit of relief that it wasn't a stranger, but then I felt worse because
Because then you felt
I knew
bad.
her.
You felt
Do you know-
more
yeah,
bad.
that was
What a
horrendous.
fucking girl. She makes me laugh.
And then, no, I bought her a new one. And
A
then
new
it was the
car?
wrong, no, a new,
Oh, wing mirror. That
and it
makes
was,
more
it
sense.
was the wrong shade of red.
No, it wasn't.
was.
Did she let you? Did you have to buy a new one?
I can't remember what happened. I hope I did buy you another one after that.
I'll find out when I
watch
next go and see
Yeah,
her.
you're going to have to ask her. I don't know.
Do you remember that time when Leigh knocked off your wing mirror and it didn't match?
Ask her. Ask her. I was mortified.
She's too fucking funny. She's like the scousest girl you'll ever meet. I remember one time I had to give her feedback and I was like, okay, so now that you've listened to that, how does that make you feel? I know she won't be bothered about this. I was like, how does that make you feel? She went, oh yeah. It wasn't good, but it was polite as fuck though. Yeah, Rach, you were polite as fuck, yeah. Just a little few tweaks we need to make, but you were very polite, yeah. And ever since that day, I've just adored that girl.
Oh, she was
What
funny,
a
isn't
dream.
she?
She's hysterical. I don't think you can beat Scouse Queens, and she is one of them.
She is, isn't
I adore her. What a little dream. Well, I think that is end of episode 64. We hope you've enjoyed this episode. Hopefully the next one that comes out, I will be joined again by our lovely John Capewell. I reckon he's probably missed it. I hope he is ill. Can you imagine if he's just pulled this stunt to just get out of a couple of recordings?
Let's see what she does.
Yeah, let's just throw it on Michelle's toes and see what happens. Well, do you know what? We've brought our Anne. I brought our Leigh. I hope you've enjoyed it. And don't forget, just give us a little like, comment, subscribe. Tell your friends to tell their friends, whether that's to watch it or to avoid it. Take your pick. Not asked. Just do you.
And buy them a coffee.
Yeah, go on. Buy us a coffee. buymeacoffee.com/5 pence change. If we get enough, we'll get a carvery. Peace up.
$8 out.
Doot 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 doot.